Hi all, it is Ragarath back again with Techtonica, and today Firehose have released another video for us, and this one is about the factory efficiency update, which is 0.3, and so let's jump in and have a look at what Lauren has to say. Looks like she's got a green screen as well.
Hello and welcome to the patch preview video for 0.3 of Techtonica. My name is Lauren from Firehose Games, and I'm pleased to announce that we have a release date for the factory efficiency update. 0.3 is slated to release this Thursday, which is super duper close, and
Thursday.
we are super duper excited for you to have it.
Sorry for
so
the
today,
loud
we're going
noise.
to talk all about what's coming in 0.3 before it releases again
0.3.
this Thursday. So in case you missed it, we have some banner updates that are coming to 0.3. Those are vertical belts,
Yay!
stack filter inserters, quick copy, the replacer tool, storage container limiting, and we're adding Korean language support to the game.
All good things.
So without further ado, let's head on over to my desk, dive into the game, and look more at some of these features. Okay, it's time to look at some of the stuff more in depth that's coming in version 0.3 this Thursday. So we're going to start off with talking about vertical belts, which is my personal favorite item in the game. And we're going to look at the different belt modes that we've added as well, because belt building has gotten a complete overhaul in 0.3. So let's dive on into the game and take a look. Completely redid the belt building system, and
so
it
what have they got to
works
show
so well
here?
now. So first off, you'll start with like your normal horizontal belts, just build as usual, and they go down at the end, etc. And then when you open up again, you can actually select fixed height belts now, which build just out and out and out and out and out.
Okay, so this is a feature I requested a long time ago, so I'm really happy that this is now in the game, because this is such an important ability to have. Before, we've had to build lots of scaffolding to put our belts up, and then we delete our scaffolding afterwards, but now building straight across is awesome.
Which is awesome. It is really great to not have to build supports underneath belts anymore. It's just really useful. I honestly was a proponent against this, and I did not think we needed fixed height belts, and I was wrong. I was very
I can't believe Lauren was against that. How dare you? At least she admits she was wrong.
wrong. So next, you've got your hubs. You can build manual hubs now, which is great. You can build those and then connect them later, which I think is super useful. It just allows you to fine tune things a lot more, especially because like after the fact, you can just turn off hubs, you can turn them back on.
I like this. This is something really I didn't think about.
Placing
but
things in your factories.
Being able,
and finally, the moment you.
I've had a lot of problems with, these splitters not working right, or not appearing in the right area, or attaching to a different belt that you didn't want them to attach to. So I'm hoping it might fix some of that.
I'm waiting for. Let's talk about vertical belts. So you've got vertical up and vertical down. And a thing that's really cool is after you go up or down, you can hit the variant key and actually just build out and continue to go.
Brilliant.
And you can take it around, then we can hit V again and go down. You see I can rotate these in any direction I'd like. Once you've built the belt, you can go up to it and hit the rotate button, and it'll change up and down if you're looking at the middle of the belt. And if you're looking at the bottom, that's when it'll change the direction. So it's really nice that you can just swap the up and down with one key, which is really useful and it's really handy. Lastly, there is a cap that you can extend in the tech tree, which basically I think the starting cap for the height is going to be 20 belts, and you can upgrade it the further you go. But yeah, here are vertical belts. I think they look really awesome. Here they are over in my little factory that I've set up. The glowing lights, I think, are just really cool design-wise. Inserters will work all the way up and down. So you can pull out from the bottom, you can pull out from the top, you can pull out from the middle. They're just really functional. And the only thing is that you cannot treat the bottom of them as a hub, but that's pretty much it as far as functionality goes. Like, they are extremely functional. Again, we've redone the whole belt system for these, and they're great. Stack filter inserters, we're going to talk about next. I think they are the number 2 most upvoted item on our feedback website. So they are amazing. They stack and they filter at the same time. It's just combining 2 of our existing inserters into one type. And so they work also with all of the stack filter upgrades that you see in the tech tree. So all the existing ones, they'll work with those as well. And it's just another unlock on your tech tree. And so this is what they look like. All right,
okay, so these
we are going to take a look at the stack filter inserter, and
the base is so much more efficient. For example, my base at the moment, where I've got 3 filter inserters pulling out of the freshers for the iron, I can change that now to 1 stack filter inserter, which will make it much more cleaner.
While we're in here, so here is the stack filter inserter. As you can see, it's got like a nice 2-tone color to kind of differentiate from our regular stack filter inserters over here. And then let's talk about how quick copy works with these stack filter inserters. So as you can see, I've got a nice little 2-thresher farm set up right here, and we are going to set it up real fast. So the first function of quick copy is that I can quickly just copy and paste a machine. So I'm going to click copy, and boom, I have another stack filter inserter already ready to go. I'm going to hit Q to clear out my queue. So now I'm going to select, let's see, we're going to do Kindlevine seeds for this one. And I'm going to hold quick copy, and it is copy and pasted the recipe on here.
Hold and drag.
So now
that might become cumbersome if you want to do it to
now we have
lots.
2 stack filters already running. So I'm going to quick copy again. I do not want this to be seeds. So now I've got just the plain stack filter inserter. And then let's talk about copy pasting with both the recipe and
you can do it with the recipe as well.
Next,
That's
we're going to do
okay.
Kindlevine stems out of here.
That would change it.
And I'm going to look at this guy. It's not got something in it. And boom. And there we go. It is copy pasted with the recipe, which is just awesome.
Okay, I'm not sure about the holding down to copy. If you need to do it to multiple, that can become cumbersome. But we'll see how that works.
Boom, boom, all of these. And then let's see, this one will be Shiverthorn buds. And then I'm going to copy paste the recipe right there. And then this one, oops, we do not need a stack filter inserter. This one is going to be Shiverthorn seeds. And then I am going to, well, we'll just delete that and place another. And there you have it. We have already built up our entire thresher farm. And the cool part about quick copy is that it does not just work on these stack filter inserters. It also works on like everything. So if I want to place more floors, I can do that really quick. If I want to go and expand my power network, I can grab some more water wheels and I can place those. Come on. And then I can also, let's see, we'll get some floors going. Not close enough, yep. And then real quick, I can copy paste these crank generators. And I have done all of this without even touching my hotbar, which is awesome. And I set all of that
is
in
awesome.
like 5 seconds.
It takes a lot of time swapping your hotbars back and forth.
And it is a really great quality of life feature.
Look down at them
honestly,
so much.
Don't know how I functioned without it.
They have only done this with a few machines here, though. I am a little worried about the hold to copy recipe. So if you'd set up loads of inserters and you'd put the wrong recipe on, and then you want to copy from another one to multiple machines, having to hold down to do it each time, I'll have to see how that works, but I don't think that will work for bigger things like that. We'll have to see.
So I'm really excited for you guys to try it out because it just makes setting up factories really, really fast.
But this overall is a massive
Lily,
boost
what is your favorite
to...
part of 0.3?
Sure.
Did you tell me?
Hello?
Do you like the stack filter inserters? Did you know that they can transport bones and treats? Do you even care? Do you just want to be put down?
Another one of our hotly requested items is storage limiting. This is kind of one for like advanced players that really want to fine tune their factories. So you basically just click and hold and drag over your storage container and you'll be able to block off different parts. So what you can do, there isn't one manual override.
Really,
so you manually
really
override
useful.
it. You can drag and drop items into your container. But when you do bulk transfer will not, or mass transfer will not override that. It will only drop items into the blocked off slots. If you have items that are already in those blocked off slots, slots, those will stay and inserters can still pull them out. You just will not be able to fill up those slots later on. So it's a great way to just like really fine tune production in your factory. And I think players will find it really useful. Next up is
the good thing about being able to limit the box size is for things that you don't want a lot of. For example, she was moving the calcite floors around there, the 3x3s, and you only really want 3, the 500, stack of 500 is quite a lot. So you may only want a couple of stacks of those backing up, but your production line has enough stuff coming down it to only build one at a time, but you could have the 3x3s and some pillars or supports, etc., all working off the same belt, but every time you take it out, it just refills that one bit on each of them. So yeah, really useful feature that.
the replacer tool. The replacer tool is also incredibly useful, especially when you finally unlock Mark II belts or Mark III belts and you want to just upgrade all of them in one go.
Not having to delete everything, take everything off of the belts,
and all you have to do is
end up with
unlock
it in your bag,
and then you are able to start replacing
not know what
stuff
to do
once
with
you
it
build the
except
tool.
dump it in a box
It
somewhere.
is also incredibly useful. You could also use it to like change inserter types. Say you want to upgrade all of your regular inserters to fast inserters.
Say
you don't want faster inserters and want to downgrade. You can do that. You can change all of your filter inserters to stack filter inserters, which means that you can install the upgrades from 0.3 in your factories really, really fast. So the replacer tool is just incredibly useful. It's a great function to have, and I'm excited for y'all to try it out. And as a fun little addition as well, we have added Korean language support. So in addition to all the languages we currently have,
or at least,
now the subtitles and in-game text are
Korean
also in
people
Korean.
playing before,
So
but they
that
were
is a really
using
exciting
different
one that we've
languages.
added. And if you have any feedback on our localizations or anything you want to see changed, or a language that you'd like us to add, please add it to our feedback website, as we are always updating and changing that. Okay, so that is the big list of banner updates, but we have so much more in the factory efficiency update just besides those 6 listed items. So let's start talking about all of the different things that we have coming in 0.3. We've got new recipes, we've got bug fixes, we've got localization fixes, we've got performance upgrades. We have so much coming in this update. So let's dive into a few of the nitty-gritty details. I'm not going to get into all of them before the patch notes come out on Thursday. You will want to read those for all of the fixes and changes and upgrades and everything. But I do kind of want to mention some of like my favorites and some things that I think players will find more interesting. Speaking of new recipes, we have added a ton of new recipes in game. So I'm just kind of going to start listing these off for my notes because we have a lot of them that have been added. It just allows for a lot more functionality in your factories and different ways to get different parts. So
I take it this is more advanced recipes.
You can now thresh plant matter frames to get plant matter fiber in case you want to go back to plant matter fiber, which is super useful. There's a new unlock called Atlantum Powder that gives you Atlantum Powder bricks and Atlantum Mixture bricks. So you also have a new unlock called Advanced Powder bricks, and those give you Carbon Powder bricks and Kindlevine Powder bricks. And why is this? Because the Atlantum Mixture brick is made out of an Atlantum Powder brick, Kindlevine Powder brick, and Shiverthorn gel. And that condensed brick can then be smelted into 10 Atlantum slabs. So it gives you a different way to get Atlantum slabs. It's way more efficient, and it also allows you to use a lot of byproducts to get there. So I think it's a really cool recipe that we've added into the game. It's definitely like more advanced down the tech tree and a little bit more crazy, but I think it's really useful and players will like it. Advanced powder threshing also will allow you to thresh those bricks back into their respective powders as well, so it's another unlock that goes kind of along with those recipes. Limestone bricks can now be made from 500 Kindlevine powder per 1 limestone brick in the blast melter, which allows you to kind of like get rid of some of that Kindlevine powder.
Brilliant.
So we're adding a lot more recipes, and I'm going to keep going down this list. Mass explosive recipe, super useful. People have requested that one, I believe, and I'm very excited to say we have it. There's also mass production of basic.
So that might make my explosives production rooms smaller, depending on how they've done that. That'll be good.
Frames from slabs, which will be very useful. You also can mass produce steel frames from steel slabs into steel frames in bulk. So there's another unlock that kind of helps with getting rid of byproducts. I know we've talked a lot about an incinerator and different ways for that. And here's a good reason why we haven't added one yet, because this is a really cool unlock that we've added. So it is called fiber extraction and allows you to get plant matter fibers from plant matter. However, you turn 30 plant matter fibers into 20 plant matter. And then you can turn that 20 plant matter into 24 fibers, which means you've lost 6 along the way. So it kind of allows you to like process through things if you really want to. And then finally, we have a new unlock called Plant Matter Frames Optimized, which allows you to make plant matter frames directly from Kindlevine stems, which is again extremely useful.
Do you have a favorite part of 0.3? Do you like the vertical belts? Or are you more of a...
There are also 2 brand new items in the game. These are washed Kindlevine stems and neutralized Shiverthorn buds. These are kind of for advanced players, so it allows you to make Kindlevine extract and Shiverthorn extract without any byproducts. So advanced players will know that like the less byproducts you have is great for your factories and for efficiency. So how do you make these? I'm gonna read these from my notes because Andre will kill me if I get the recipes wrong. So washed Kindlevine stems are made from Kindlevine stems and Shiverthorn extract, and neutralized Shiverthorn buds are made from Kindlevine extract and Shiverthorn buds as well. So what's cool about them is that you will then thresh them into their respective extracts without any byproducts, which is super useful.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
We also have a few like smaller but still important changes. Again, I'm not listing every single change in this patch. That will come in the patch notes on Thursday, just kind of like some of the more important ones. So here are a few smaller ones that I just still want to note today because I'm very excited about them. First off is my favorite, which is that crank generators now have a new unlock at tier 1 of Victor, which is pretty early on in the game. And that unlock allows you to crank them every 30 minutes instead of every 5. I think this one is super useful.
Didn't think it needed to go up to 30 minutes.
And it's really early in the game, so you won't be having to run back to your crank generators
but at least it's longer than 5 minutes.
I'm very excited about that one. Another one I'm very pumped about is that encumbrance now kicks in at 80 slots instead of 56. So the upgrades still stack on top of that. So same thing with those. It just allows you to carry a little bit more stuff without a penalty, which is nice. And finally, you will now get a system message when you have scanned all of like the tech and narrative and lore and upgrade items in a facility. Not all of them, but most of them. So it's kind of nice because it makes sure that like you haven't missed something. And so if you haven't gotten that system message in an area yet, you know that you still need to keep hunting in there. And I think it's a really nice little quality of life tweak for players that'll be really handy to have. Finally, let's talk about some of the bigger bug fixes that have gone into 0.3. We are continuously working on performance and bug fixes in every update, and this one has a ton. There will be a lot mentioned in the patch notes on Thursday, but I wanted to go over again some of the more important ones. First off, we have fixed a lot of the snapping issues with base building parts and others, especially like the wall plants. I know there was a thing in the known issues on the last patch.
I hope they fixed. I had a lot of trouble with actual wall snapping, the 3x3 walls on some of it. So that'd be good if they fix that.
So snapping should be fixed for most parts, which is great. Next is that we've added a lot more tutorialization from Sparks and the system message. For example, Sparks will now tell you if you slip into core debt. So if you slipped into core debt, you'll get like a little message from Sparks explaining how to get out of it. Just a little bit more tutorialization for new players and maybe existing players to help. Another one that's important.
I wonder what she said then. It was quite quick, but it's core debt. So it'll be good that Sparks explains you don't have enough cores, because sometimes you'd wonder what was going on. That's good.
Is that core clustering for purple cores has been fixed. So you can now use purple core clusters. That's an important one. And another note for core clustering is that some of them, I believe, said 0.5%. We've adjusted all of the core clusters down to like their respective correct numbers. So you might see a change there in your factories. Fix some issues with the storing energy quest and the working with high voltage power quests. For example, the storing energy quest now no longer requires a specific amount of power to achieve. I think some people had some issues with that there, and we have fixed them. Thank you, because that one was raised by the community, and that is why we were able to fix it, because of y'all. So thank you again for raising that issue, and it has been fixed now. And we've finally fixed the bug for the pulse room or freight elevator. If you skipped those various cutscenes,
I didn't realize there was a bug
it would kind
there.
of break your progression, and we have fixed those bugs now, which is great.
I never
so if you
them.
really want to skip those cutscenes, you now can. Another small tweak to the freight elevator quest line is that when the freight elevator cutscene at the end starts and you're in multiplayer, it will require all players to be in the elevator. So like if you're a random player running around, you don't just like randomly get sucked in this cutscene. So those now require that now requires all the players to be in the elevator for. And also finally, we believe we have fixed the issue where belt hubs break on a reload. if you see that issue, let us know. But we believe the huge...
Oh, belt hub's breaking on the reload. I wonder if that is why my freeze splits weren't working unless I put the belt to the right. I'll have to test that out, but it's good if that's fixed.
Huge overhaul on belts has fixed that issue, which is awesome. So that is what I have for you in 0.3. It comes out on Thursday, and we are super pumped about it. The patch notes will be everywhere, a lot more in depth. So they'll be on Steam, on our website, in our Discord. They will have a lot more information than what I've given you. They are like 5 pages. So there is a lot of patch notes. I did not read all of them because we would have been here for an hour. So there's a lot more. Make sure you read it on Thursday and check it out. 0.3 is really amazing. It is my favorite update to date besides base building, which, okay, we've only had like 2 major updates. That's not really saying a lot, but it is full of quality of life features that make building and just playing the game so much more fun. And I'm really excited for you guys to check it out. So let us know what you think when you do get it. And as always, thank you so much for your support. We are a small studio and your support really matters to us. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. And with that, I will see you on Thursday when the patch releases. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, we'll see you then. Bye.
Okay, oh, that's quite scary. I've got a ghost Lauren there, but brilliant. So Thursday, guys, we get to play with all of the new toys. Let me know down below what you're most looking forward to. I think I am still most looking forward to the fixed height belts because I've been after that for such a long time. Although the box storage as well is going to mean that we can be a lot more efficient with our factories. Oh, I can't wait for this. Anyway, don't forget to go over to Firehose's YouTube, give that a like there and watch the video there. Give them some love too if you've watched it here with me. But otherwise, I will see you all in my next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.